Hello, my name is More here, and happy Halloween everyone, if you're celebrating Halloween. And today I'm just going to do a simple gameplay, and I'm just going to play my Right and Fire Marauder, and I'm going to do it in this crematorium map. For what better way to play a fire build than in a place where they're burning stuff. And I'm going to have vulnerability on me, so I'm going to suffer through that. I'm going to have Unfeeble, so I'm going to suffer through that, and then we're going to do extra damage and blah 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 blah. It's not that bad. But it's going to be fun, and if I can sustain... Oops, that was not... I'm not supposed to press into it yet, but whatever. If I can sustain my Right and Fire, I'm just going to switch to use and Vitality. So, let's go into this map here. And I cannot sustain it completely, so just put one there, and I'm gonna take away my vulnerability and just have my Vitality instead. My damage going to be a little bit lower, but rather that than having to... normally not a problem. I can sustain it. If I kill enemies, I will get some stuff for it. Like I'm getting endurance charges if I'm doing that. But I'm just doing it anyway. And I'm doing quite good damage anyway, so I don't bloody care that much. But anyway, again, I'm a little bit sorry that it will be... This will be another gameplay commentary, because I have made way too many of them in the last couple of weeks. And it is still the problem I said before, that I had some problems right now to figure out something interesting to show in Path of Exile. I do have a build guide on my Starforge build in the new league, which is bloody powerful, but I want to level up to level 93, and I'm soon there. I just need a couple more percent XP and I am level 93. Which is, by the way, I'm gonna be honest, that's the highest level I ever reached on a character. I have no 100 character. And this is mostly because I've never really tried to get to level 100, because I don't have the, like, means to do that. Like, I do not, I can't play this exactly the same character that long of a time. Eventually I get bored of a character and I want to make a new one. So, but that character, just Cyclone, is something with Cyclone I just love, so I play that character a little bit too much, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't still get around to... I have some other builds I want to try out, but I never getting around to doing them, and there is a chance I never will do it before the new update. But I'm not gonna say too much. But I really want to do it. But I think to next league, I don't probably gonna make a video before when I talk about what I wanna do, because pretty much never when I do that I end up playing the exact same build. So I think I'm not gonna do that this time. It's always fun to do a theory build, but I should maybe not doing it when the build I actually are theorizing on, when I'm not even playing it to full extent. Even if it works, I get bored of them. But now I can't talk too much about that. But I have one idea for a video, because I really want to help out new players all the time, because new players are the future for the game, and I want the game to have a good future. And I'm not talking about I'm gonna quit or anything. Never. I never quit in this game. But I want to do a video where I talk about what type of items, or like more precisely, what type of stats are good to find an item. And I'm talking specifically now for overall good stats to have on a level, because there are always some unique items, for example, that a build are, which some builds must have for them to work. I'm just talking about rare items which have good stats. I have already done a video on... Ooh, that burns a little bit. I've already done a video where I talk about some good... what will I say now? Where I talk about some good leveling uniques, and this time it was melee weapons. And I'm definitely gonna do another video on that, which I talk about two-handed weapons and shields as well. But I have been a bit very slow by doing that, so you see where I'm going with that. I have been very slow, and maybe you can say lazy, or maybe I just get stuck in some other games. But I definitely want to do that. But I want to do a video where I talk about good stats on items, not just weapons. I want to talk about good stats to look for on weapons if they are on items like rings, amulets, belts, armors. You know what I'm talking about. Like for example, when I is searching for a ring, always in new leagues, and this is specifically for life-based builds. If I'm not playing a build which I must have a special type of ring, for example, or if I want to level a little bit easier, if you're dying a lot when you're leveling or when you're starting going into maps, there are probably two problems. Either your hit points are too... actually, I want to say even it could be like three problems. One, your damage is too low, you don't killing enemies fast enough and they can just overwhelm you, and you see what I mean. Or you die because you have too little hit points, like too little life or energy shield, or you have too little resistance. Even like protection, like armor or evasion, can be the problem, but usually it's one of those three things, but not always. So when I always looking for a ring, for example, I always go for the highest one I can afford, which have as much life as possible and the resistance you need. The first thing you're gonna do always is to like cap your resistance. It's a very good start. By the way, in this map I just gonna change this one. Because cap your resistance, and that's always a good start, and get as much life as possible. And well, that's the first advice I want to give, but I would love to make a video where I actually talk about ooh, that enemy doing some damage, but I already know that. So that's the first advice I want to say, but yeah. I want to make a video on it so I can explain it in more detail, but I can't figure out a good format for doing that. So maybe I should use a... Oh, there it died. Shape of Strand map. By the way, back to the point. So I can't figure out a good format for doing that, and I would absolutely love to make a video with, because many have asked me about that thingy, what items are good, what is wrong with their dying, and I would love to help them. For example, when I play this character I'm playing right now, I know that the life and damage go hand in hand in this particular build because I'm using Rightness Fire, and Rightness Fire doing more damage, the more life you have. So we're going to look for the rings, we're going to look for as much life as possible on them, and of course the resistance. But you can also look for like increased fire damage will work, for example. You get the point. So all of the gear on this particular character, I have as much life as possible. But for example, this character here, you need some specific uniques, like this Rise of the Phoenix. The reason you need the Rise of the Phoenix in a Righteous Fire build, because you want to higher your maximum fire resistance. And I also have some increased resistance on my ring, so I can even more overmax my resistance. So both this ring here and this shield here give me about 9 to maximum resistance. Let's just take a fast look here. You see almost 90% fire resistance, so it's overcapped from 75. But you get the point. So when I leveled up this character, I just look for life and resistance. That was the two first things. I'm leveling up as I don't use the Rightness Fire, and this is a little bit older build. But not gonna talk about too much about that now. But anyway, you get my point. So I would love to make a video where I talk about what items are good when you are playing. If you have any idea how I can make a video which are hopefully easy to understand, please let me know, and I'm gonna see if I can do it. If you guys are interesting, if you're not interesting, I don't gonna do it. But anyway, this was just a short little video. Sorry if you not are that interesting. I really should make a build guide for one of my builds this time, at this time, but I will do it in time. Anyway, thank you for watching, and again, happy Halloween, and thanks for watching.